Hello, good evening, guys, and welcome to this third episode of our fellowship Funchayat. And today, as a host, I'm Vishal Munde from Mumbai suburban district of Maharashtra. And we have with us, I will ask Divya to introduce herself.
Hi everyone, this is Divya. So I'm posted in Mahabubabad district of Telangana as a part of MGNF. I originally hail
Anupriya.
from Hyderabad, so
Acha.
it's also from Telangana, the capital of Telangana. So yeah, before MGNF, I'm basically academically I'm a B.Tech chemical engineer from NIT Nagpur itself. So
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
that's
So
that's that's a big surprise to find. And actually, I think I didn't mention, but I'm from NIT Nagpur, 2015 pass out, VNIT
15.
mechanical. I'm 15 pass out.
Wow, I am a
So which
2020 pass out.
okay, I think we must not have met, but yeah, see, like this is surprise to find out that we are from same college. That's great.
Exactly, same alma mater.
Hmm.
So I'm
And
a
I have
2020
my
pass out from.
okay, yeah, yeah,
So, yeah,
that's
you were
great. Yeah,
saying.
no, 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 carry on, carry on.
Cool. So I graduated in 2020 in chemical engineering, as I said, from NIT Nagpur. So I got a campus placement as an analyst in a company which works on US pharma healthcare. So I
Mhm.
did the job for around a year, 1 year, 2 months. But then I wanted to prepare for UPSC exam, civil services. So I resigned the job. But after resigning, I felt like loss of monthly salary that was actually
Yeah.
troubling me. So it was a luck that I got the results exactly within a month of resigning and I joined MGNF. It was like there wasn't even an entire month of gap
Okay.
between my resignation and joining. So the main
Okay.
reasons I chose MGNF
Uh,
were
uh,
first thing is classes at IIM. So IIM has always been like a very elite institute. I used to look up to it. So having an opportunity to have classes over there was really huge. And the second thing is the monthly stipend, which I said. So which
yeah.
I was used to until then. And along with the stipend, I could study now. So yeah, that was
Yeah.
another thing. And the third thing was working directly under the collector. So that was what was mentioned over there. And working with the
Mm.
district collector, I felt like that was a great opportunity for someone who is aspiring for civil services. So these are the
Yeah.
main reasons. Like I felt MGNF was tailor cut for me. And
Uh,
fortunately, I
uh, uh.
got into it.
Yeah. So yes, Anupriya or Ashutosh, any of you?
Yeah, so hello everyone, this is Ashutosh. So I hail from Lucknow and I completed my B.Tech mechanical engineering in 2021. And then after the completion only, I just got into the MGNF. Currently, I'm posted in Ranipet district of Tamil Nadu. And like for the past 1 year, like it's been quite a journey for me because like the district was in itself was very new because it formed in 2019 only, and in 2021 like I just bumped into the district administration and everything. Like being very naive, I didn't have any knowledge about the government structure, how the functionary works, who's project director, who's collector, what their powers are, everything, whatever they have. So like it was quite a journey for me from, because I can say that the as the district have grown, I also have grown subsequently in a parallel way, and I am happy that I had contributed significantly to the district.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And just one question that you are from Lucknow, basically, native
Yes,
place.
yes.
So how come you're posting in Tamil Nadu? Because that of that language thing, I'm curious to know about that.
Yeah, I mean that was the topic of the whole cohort in IIM Ranchi, the Jharkhand and Tamil Nadu. Like a guy from Uttar Pradesh, how he can manage out in Tamil Nadu. So like actually, I actually applied for the Nagaland in the
Uh-huh.
application, but like Nagaland is very small state, only 12 districts. So like I couldn't able to. So
Hmm.
I take the option of the alternate states. Like they offered me in
Okay.
Tamil Nadu. Then
Oh.
my test was also in the English also. And then
Yeah.
I just came here. So like language was one of the barrier, but not fully, because like I was subsequently working with the probationary officers. So like I was
Uh,
able to learn from them, from their language and all other things. So like, I mean, I won't say like I have learned fully, but I'll say like around 30 to 40% I am now able to recognize and able to speak a bit of
that's
the
so
Tamil
great,
language.
yeah. It's a great story.
Yeah, it's been a great story for me also. I've never imagined like from North India, like from Lucknow, I'll directly jumped into some place which I have never imagined in my life.
Hmm. That's cool story, really.
Thank you.
Yes, Anupriya. Hello. I think.
Hi everyone, I'm Anupriya. I am Purana only, Sonipat. Um, yeah, so before this, I was working in the IT industry with Infosys Limited. I worked there for about 2 years and then switched to this fellowship. So I was not planning to like leave the job for any exams. I was planning for a switch because I was bored with my. I mean, it was becoming more monotonous. So I left that, and in the process of exploring options,
I think the net connection
कि
is.
क्या कर सकते हैं, what
Uh,
are the options suited me. Yeah, so
I
then
think
I
there's
applied for this.
unstable net connection, I guess. So we missed a little bit, small part of, I guess. We all missed some part of her introduction, right?
So may I switch my internet connection?
If it's
Yes,
possible, yeah.
like there's a lag.
Is it better
Anupriya,
now? Is
yes.
it stable now?
Yeah, it's better now. Yeah.
Y- Yeah, so I'm working in Kurukshetra, Haryana, and so I'm from Haryana, Sonipat district, which comes under the NCR. Before this, I
Hmm.
was working in the IT industry, worked there for a few years with Infosys Limited. Then I was looking for some career options for a job switch because IT was not treating me very well, I would say.
Uh-huh.
So I came through this NGNF notification into the newspaper. I discussed it with my parents. It's a good thing I am here, and it's a government program. So the social
Hmm.
sector I had some interest in that. So then they said ki kar lo apply if it happens. Then I applied. So the process itself is preparing you for what's coming up next. So got selected, and Kurukshetra is like the place of duty. उसे land of
Yeah.
dharma कहा जाता है, धर्म क्षेत्र.
Uh-huh.
So just trying to fulfill my duties as much as possible there.
Yeah, that's great. And telling about me, I'm like Divya, I'm from VNIT Nagpur, pass out of 2015, and post that I worked for 2 years in Lupin Pharma. There, the role was like operational excellence. And post that, from initial years only, I wanted to prepare for civil services. But like I said, ki, let's see what the corporate or working experience is. So I tried for 2 years and then switched to UPSC मेंस लिखे वगैरह बट आई वाज नॉट एबल टू फिगर इट आउट लाइक आफ्टर 3 to 4 years सो आई थॉट कि लाइक इट्स गेटिंग मतलब बहुत टाइम जा रहा है एंड अभी फिर जस्ट कमिंग हियर टू फिगर आउट कि नेक्स्ट कहाँ जा सकते हैं मतलब आई एम येट टू फिगर आउट कि व्हाट काइंड ऑफ करियर पाथ वुड कम लेटर बट अभी ये ट्रांजिशन में this would be a better option. So my friend who is from Telangana, he had suggested me कि he's from Hyderabad only, so he suggested कि ये मतलब recommendation about fellowship came from his side and we gave and I cleared and he didn't actually. So that's how I landed up here, and I feel I'm very grateful about the way it has turned out last 1 year, and it has been a great experience in fellowship. Yeah, Divya, tell about like we'll talk about our district short May, and while telling about district, we'll keep personal story if it is there. We'll mention that.
So, as I said earlier, I'm posted in Mahabubabad district of Telangana. So, firstly, I'm not really accustomed to various districts of Telangana. So the moment I heard
Hmm.
Mahabubabad, I was like, this is such a cinematic name. Like, is it a real district even? So yeah, it was a real district, of course. So it's a tribal remote district in Telangana, in North
Hmm.
Telangana. So
Hmm.
one thing over there was finding accommodation was such a hectic task. So the first day I went to report, I came back to Hyderabad itself because there was
Oh.
nowhere I could stay. The second day, I went to a nearby district and found a hostel because there are no hotels or hostels or anything in
Hmm.
Mehboobabaad. The only way is you have to rent a house. So the
Hmm.
third day, I was like, okay, let me experiment, let me take the risk. And I went around, I took some house, and that turned out to be like working out. So I'm
Ah.
staying on rent over there. It was a pretty good house, and the rents are like so reasonable. You will get an individual 3-bedroom duplex for 5,000 rupees a month,
Oh my
which is
God.
mind blowing. But I didn't take it. It's just me. So yeah. And like I had so many expectations when I went to report in the district, and I had so many like doubts and some fears. So one thing is it, as you said, Vishal, like it turned out to be really good the last 1 year, which wasn't really as expected. A few things like I was disappointed. So looking at the HR policy, the notification which we had of MGNF, I was
Mhm.
imagining as if we would be like shadow collectors, we'll be going around with them.
Me too.
The reality was slightly different. And talking about Mehboobabaad as a district, so it's a newly formed district, firstly. So it's separated from the erstwhile Warangal district. So Warangal is a much
Hmm.
famous and bigger district. It was split into 6 parts, and this is one of the districts.
Hmm.
So there are not so many tourist attractions over here, a few temples, and there is a lake.
Hmm.
But the nearby Warangal district, Hanumakunda district, there are huge tourist attractions. So around the year there are foreigners coming over there, so that
Hmm.
was fun. Like a few weekends I went out to Warangal, and it's a good place to be. And
Acha.
second thing which actually shocked me about the district was the food over there. So I usually eat out. I'm not like a very strict person who doesn't eat out, but then
Hmm.
firstly eating out over there just means sabji, dal, chawal, this is eating out. So our normal junk food is not available a lot
Okay.
over there, like pizzas
Hmm.
and all. We can't imagine that. Even in those curries and subjects, the spice level is extreme. You start crying if you eat this. So I had to, start cooking myself because of that. So these are a few, specific things about my district which actually surprised me, took me by surprise. Maybe we can move on to Anupriya.
Yes, Anup.
So I didn't have any expectations when I went to the district because I was so blank. I was so naive to the government setup. And plus my job wind up was going on, so I had a like 3 month notice period policy, but then I requested to reduce it to 1 month because we have that much gap in joining. So I was overloaded with work, giving knowledge transfers, and I was not thinking about what's going to happen in the fellowship. I only got like 4 days gap in my both of jobs. So so when I went to the district, the HR policy said you have to report to the district collector. So I knew no one else other than him कि जाना है and उनको report करना है. So there are two more like head posts in Haryana setup. So one is the ADC, which is Additional Deputy Commissioner, and what is the City Magistrate, which is CTM. So I didn't know there is something called the CT and something called the ADC. So now other fellows are going in their districts. They're talking like, I met my CTM today, I met this person today, and so on.
Hmm.
So when I went to the DC to show my HR policy and this is the program, so he said कि आप तो ITI में जाके बैठिए, वहीं पे आप लोगों का चलता है सारा स्किल का काम. तो मैंने कहा नहीं सर, we have to be seated in the collector's office. So then he said okay. Then I was allotted some sharing space, and later on gradually I got my own office. So there was a like that time we were having the Gita Mahotsav preparations going on when I joined. So everyone was extremely busy. There were regular packed meetings
Hmm.
going on. So I suggested something to the DC. I don't remember. It was a very stupid suggestion I made, and he asked me कि अभी ना मीटिंग है तो आप उसमें आ जाइए. So I just went to the meeting. मैं सबसे पीछे जाके बैठ गई, and there was one guy sitting there who was taking updates from everyone. So उन्होंने मुझसे भी पूछा तो I said कि नई ज्वाइनिंग है ऐसे ऐसे MGNF करके. So then DC sir asked me कि आपने जो बताया था वो आप दोबारा बताइए. तो I said कि ये ऐसे ऐसे कर सकते हैं. So then everyone was like कि suggestion तो ठीक है but it's not feasible, मतलब possible नहीं है ये चीज यहाँ पे. तो वो उन्होंने कुछ कहा नहीं but it was winded up there. So then I was like busy कि ठीक है चल रहा है, struggling with the start of the program. So then I was sitting with some fellow and he suggested me कि building का allotment चल रहा है, जैसे offices are shifting to the new building. So you go to the ADC, request him for a space, he'll allot you somewhere.
Oh.
So yeah, now I don't know who the guy is. अब क्या यहाँ पे है, तो मैं पूछते पूछते ऐसे गई कि कहाँ है ऑफिस. So I went there, वो slip पे लिख कर दिया अपना designation वगैरह सब कुछ. So when I entered the room, that same guy from the meeting who's taking updates from everyone, he was sitting there. And I didn't know he was the ADC. He was like a young and very active person. So अभी जब AM में हम लोग थे तो हम लोग को ब्रीफ किया गया था कि यू हैव टू ग्रीट एवरीवन वेरी फॉर्मली, राइट? ऐसे
Hmm.
नमस्ते करके, नमस्कार करके, जैसा गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस का कल्चर है. ऐसे गुड मॉर्निंग भी किसी
Hmm.
किसी को ही आप बोल सकते हो, बाकी आपको थोड़ा लोकल उसमें बोलना पड़ेगा. सो व्हेन आई वेंट देयर आई सॉ हिम सिटिंग देयर, तो मेरा फ्लैशबैक चल रहा था कि अच्छा मीटिंग में दैट वाज द ADC, आई डिडंट नो हिम. So I just said hi, and he said hi. So it was like that moment I was like, ki, chalo, there is some hope in this office. So he was the guy, like I saw some hope कि यहाँ पे कुछ किया जा सकता है. At least there are people who can be talked with. So then I requested him कि you be my mentor. So then he said okay. So till now he's the ADC here, and I'm very happy
No. That's
because
good.
yeah. So that was one incident. मुझे आज तक ना किसी को बताने का मौका नहीं मिला था. This platform gave me something to talk about.
Yeah, yeah. So yes, Ashutosh.
Yeah, so like I lost you for some time because like my internet is very unstable, like because it's a very tier 3 city MGNF
Huh.
journey. So like for my journey started in the Ranipet was not started actually in Ranipet. So my
Hmm.
fellow, the uh, parent district fellow, Ramya, who was there, like she helped me to like just go through this. Before coming to the district, we were briefed about like you will get the DO number and the
Hmm.
project director numbers. Usually what had happened with in Tamil Nadu was like as my Anupriya and Divya has mentioned that like the district collector is our reporting authority, but in Tamil Nadu like the SSDM has allotted the project directors of Tamil Nadu rural livelihood missions for the reporting authority, not as a district collector.
Hmm.
So like we have to go to project director, not to the district collector. So I didn't knew at that time like who's project director, who's district collector. So I joined in Vellore to the assistant director, district skill training office. And after that, like joining there, like then I went, the AD helped me uh, to get to through the Ranipet because like there was a huge chaos was happening in Ranipet because my collector was joined just 1 month back, and there was a huge flooding happening in the Ranipet district. So most of the district officials were there in the like disaster management. So like for the 1 week, I wasn't able to make the darshan to the bigger gods of the Ranipet district. So like that was a bit of a struggle for me. Then like I subsequently went to the district collector. He said, "Okay, nice to meet you. Your reporting authority is project director. Please go to that." I went to project director. He was not there, so additional charge was given to the project director DRDA. So she said, "Okay, you are the guy." Okay, she thought like I'm some type of an intern or something. So she assigned me to the assistant project officer, uh, urban mission. So like I went to him, like he said, "Okay, Ashutosh, the first job you have to do is to shoot a video for the youth skill festival." So I was very confused, like what's happening with me, like so, like somebody's telling me this, somebody's telling me this. So one day, like I sat with the project director DRDA. She was very kind enough to listen to me, to my all the problems. Like I said, like ma'am, I don't have housing. I have to shift that way, and then like guided me like how to approach the thing. So from there onwards, like my journey started, and then currently I'm doing up the things.
Yeah. So now it's my turn, and what to say about that Mumbai district. So it's like quite contrary to what the general experience of people is. Ki most of the people are going from urban setting to somewhat city of lower types. But I have had a major upgradation. Like mine is Mumbai suburban district. So it's suburban, but mine is the district where that entire Bollywood is, that entire Bandra, Juhu, Andheri, these entire this film industry, entire lot lives there, and the corporate houses are there. And interestingly, our office is in South Mumbai, so that's another district for technical reasons. So Mumbai city and suburban, these two districts have one office in one this under one roof. And like my collector office is in Bandra, and I have to go there, and it's difficult. And what happens here is ki there's also this state level ka secretariat, other big offices are there. So यहाँ पे वो जो officer types का जो तामझाम है कि people are यहाँ पे मतलब ऑफिसर है, तुम इस ऑफिस के हो वगैरह, तो नथिंग लाइक दैट, नथिंग ऑफ दैट सॉर्ट हैपेंस. मतलब आर ऑफिसर्स यूज्ड टू ट्रैवल विद अस इन लोकल, वेरी सीनियर ऑफिसर्स आल्सो लोकल में ही चलते हैं यहाँ पे. तो दैट थिंग इज नॉट देयर. एंड प्लस so many matlab that corporate intensity and all is such there na that nobody asks you who the officer is and all. On one time, like I was standing on signal just, and our state commissioner for skill development just passed by on his vehicle, and he was stuck in traffic and going like that. So that thing happens. It's a different context for someone to be in MJNF. Like I stay in a very small house, but I have 17,000 ka rent. Two people of one BHK we are staying, and it's very small room, but it's like scenic and nice. And that I was lucky to get it. Otherwise, it would have been like 25, 30 ka. So there are some practical difficulties over here, and plus the administration is running so fast because of that importance of that district. So I don't have much access to the collector, but like our collector changed recently. But the previous collector, lady, she was a lady young IS officer, and she was interested in skill development. So at least she used to entertain us, and she used to give project, and because of her, I could execute one project. But otherwise it's a completely different experience. Even if I'm in government, I've been dealing almost like a private person. Whenever I go to industry also, there also these people in Mumbai, they will not entertain government officials. You have to have a good convincing power to say matlab ki you can't use that government wala card ki we need baat karna hai, पूछना है वगैरह. And other government officials also do not entertain you generally. So थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है यहाँ पे, बट थिंग इज की थिंग्स मूव फास्टर, दे आर मच बेटर एज कम्पेयर टू अदर डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स. And just because I'm here, and even the state ka skill development mission is also near our office, I get access to good things. Like for a day I was part of one meeting wherein the entire World Bank ka team which decides the Sankalp ka funding वगैरह, so उनका रिव्यू मीटिंग था इन स्टेट, एंड दे वर थिंकिंग कि किस मोडालिटीज पे फंडिंग किया जा सकता है. So these all big people and senior bureaucrats from our department, commissioner, they are there, and that discussion was happening. यहाँ पे ये नहीं होता है, and like very practical, these people were giving inputs from ground as well as पूरा मतलब बड़ा भी बातें किया जा रहा है कि ये कंटिन्यू करना है नहीं करना है, यहाँ पे ये करते हैं. फिर आईटीआर के अंदर न्यू सेटअप्स, मतलब थिंग्स ऑफ 5 years नेक्स्ट क्या करना है, ऐसी बातें किए जा रही है. एंड आई वाज एबल टू बी देयर, and I was called there as a substitute to give presentation in place of our commissioner. The commissioner sir was he was not sure whether he will come or not, but I had gone there to give just to read out the presentation. Before that, principal secretary was to be there and all other senior people. But it was a great time listening to these people. And on one another occasion, I got chance to present for the district in front of the similar delegation, but not very senior officials were there, but director of Sankalp from Delhi, and these people were there, and I got chance ki collector in front of commissioner. I got chance to present for the district in that DSC meeting. DSC meeting was held in front of them. So that was one great opportunity, and I made most of it. Matlab, post that, like everybody recognized, and a lot of currency I gained in senior administration. So it was a good experience in that sense. Now we'll talk about like what works we are taking up, major works, and in that we'll keep brief key as per our experience. I think in this round na, we improved a bit on key. We had very personal and nice experiences, and everybody had an interesting story. So we'll keep it like that only in the fashion key. Personal stories will keep it more in our project part.
Can we like break for 5 minutes? I need to like
Yeah.
yeah.
Please. Meanwhile, we'll talk. Matlab, Divya will continue. You just come back then. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
So, firstly, Vishal, listening to your experience, it was like so inspiring. You got so many nice opportunities, but then,
It was
yeah,
just luck, actually.
but still, the kind of opportunity such an urban center gives you, but then it comes with its
Yeah.
drawbacks also. It's 17,000. I paid 2,500 as my rent. So I was immediately, oh my God. So it comes with its drawbacks. I immediately
Hmm.
got to know that. So, yeah, coming to my works in the district in the past 1 year, it's been, I guess, 1 year, 3 months since I was posted. So initially, I met my additional collector in my district, and she had a lot of passion to work for the self-help groups, SHGs in the district. So she has asked me, she told me the scenario, current scenario, whatever is there, and then she asked me to meet the district rural development agency, the people who work on livelihood missions, NRLM and SERP and stuff. So they gave me an entire briefing about how the SHG system works in the country. So that was the first time I was hearing all those terminology like self-help groups. So women
Hmm.
over there are given livelihood opportunities, trainings. So I never even knew that such things existed. So, and also, for the purpose of knowing about SHGs, I had to visit the rural villages. Like some of them were so remote, I wouldn't be getting even a bus or an auto. So
Oh.
buses, though there is no wide road over there for buses to pass by. And autos could pass, but then they were asking like too much of money for like, I guess some 5 kilometers. He was asking 400, 500 in such a small place, that too. So I was like, chalo koi nahi, and I had to figure out transportation. So some government officer would be passing by at that place. So transportation was a very huge challenge in working with the SHGs. So some of them are really rural. So you go there, the houses were also, like palm leaves, the proper movie stuff. So in movies, how they
Oh.
showcase. So that was the first time I had such an exposure looking at people, and like the overall visible outlook was the same as movie stuff, but then the way movies
Hmm.
project, the lifestyle and the way they're so happy in whatever they're doing. They know how to manage things, how to manage finances, and they're happy with what they have. It's not like the bicharo jaisa feel dikhate na movies, right? Not like that. So yeah, I learned about the different products they're making. And one more thing was the products people make are not really, known to even the government officials themselves. So
Hmm.
when I went for a visit to a particular SHG, I got to know through their friends that their friends make something else. So there were bamboo handicrafts, there were millet snacks, things like jute handicrafts, jute bags and stuff. So a few of them, when I brought them back to the district administration, to the DRDA or to my mentor who is like employment officer, they were shocked like, "Hamare district mein, in our district, when did all this start?" So there is lack of connectivity and awareness of that. That's what I noticed. Like otherwise, if these would have been identified long back, I would not have to start all over again. It would have
Hmm.
already been in some progress. So what we basically did was we tried to brand these products. It's a still going on process, ongoing process because they don't have a retail habit. So they just make it if you want them to make it on an order basis. So for a retail culture, what you need to do is you need to have a few prototypes. You will prepare 10 of them
Hmm.
beforehand and then you will go and sell it out in the market. So that culture, imbibing that culture itself took a long time. So, and the legal registrations, branding, all of the stuff is going on. But it was a really wonderful experience, working with the SHGs because unlike the other industries and stuff, when you work with the SHGs, you talk to women over there and you understand everything, all the dimensions, like how the education over there is, how the health
Hmm.
system over there is, how the families over there is, what are the basic problems aren't the finances, they're not the transportation or the connectivity. It's like the respect which the women have over there. So many of them are not even allowed to have their own phone. So even if they can afford it, their husbands own the phone. So I understood like unlike the reasons which are famous, there are a lot of underlying reasons which are the main problems over there. So yeah, that was a
Hmm.
really mind blowing experience because as I said, I grew up all my life in urban centers like
Hmm.
Visakhapatnam, Hyderabad, Nagpur for my college education. So getting into a rural setting and witnessing all of that was such a nice experience. Like I got to know this is true in like this is another part of India at least.
Actually.
So right now I'm also working on a digital lab project. So
Ah.
as a part of digitalization for school students in a government school over there, we are trying to set up a digital lab. So just give them computer education for ninth and 10th class kids, so the basic thing. So we are working with an NGO on that. CSR funds have been pooled in. So how the project proposal gets approved needs to be seen, right? So
Hmm.
these are the main things apart from the regular works. Ashutosh,
Yes,
you can.
Anupriya. Ashutosh.
Yeah, so like for my project, like as I mentioned, like the district was completely new. So like I also have to go through the same route as the beer. I
Hmm.
have to go travel around the district and blocks and the panchayats to find out what actually happening because the district office officials were there sitting. They I mean know the terminology, but they don't know what actually happening from the like my previous collector like he himself didn't knew like what are the products are being making upon the various blocks and all other thing. Basically my district is mostly an highly industrialized MSME, so most of the leather tanneries and the leather products have been manufactured here. But other than that, also like there are several of the SHGs are there, like which are making a tremendous job. Also, like I got the opportunity to work with the Tamil Nadu rural, uh, TNRTP, Tamil Nadu Rural Livelihood Transformation Mission, which is also funded by the World Bank. So they also they works under the umbrella of NULM and RULM, but their periphery is a regional level, not as a district level. So like because the most of the because Ranipet is mostly tier 3 city, so most of the blocks are covered under TNRTP was Ranipet district. So I went with them. I gone to meet with the different of the PVTGs groups. I met with the SHGs. I got to know what the challenges they are facing, what are the solutions they could have. So most of the solutions I was able to find from them only. Just I was able to just translate into a very good language, and then uh, just add up the value in that and then presented it to them only. So the learning which I got was mostly the solution was embedded with them only. Just I need to just value add them and just return it back to them. So that was the thing I just did. The second thing was like for the non-Madhavan scheme, I was able to connect with the industry and academia, because there are a lot of MSMEs in my district and my adjacent district, Kanchipuram, so Sri Perambudur. So like most of the auto industries are there. So I was able to connect with the aspirations of government ITI students with the industry. So I was able to do because of the assistance of my assistant director DSTO. What we did was we were able to map out, we surveyed out the aspirations of ITI students in the apprenticeship. We gave them the form, return.
Ashutosh, you went on, you're inaudible now. Like your voice and video both have paused. Hello. Is Ashutosh audible to you, Divya and Anupriya?
No, no, Vishal.
No.
His
Same
video
issue.
stuck. Audio.
Okay. I think he went, like he will join back again. Hmm. So like his party, like Anupriya is also left now about her project and all telling. You can start
Yeah.
Anupriya now.
So am I audible? Fine.
Yes.
So we
Ashutosh
recently
is
did.
back. So
Yeah, let him continue.
ha.
Like where you missed me, like I'm very apologetic. Like my internet is like so
Yeah,
weak
it's
here.
fine.
Like
I think you talked about that one another project you're telling under like what organizations he told. Yeah, I just lost it.
Matching
TNRTP.
aspirations of the ITI students. And their
Yeah. So
Yes,
like
yes.
we all know that apprenticeship mela used to happen in every Monday, or like most of the district it happened. So like what we did, like we created a form, and then like sat around us and then prepared a questionnaire, and then sent during the apprenticeship, sent to the students, and collected that form back, and reviewed that, and then created a kind of a matrix system where we had a factual basis on which we can try to connect with the industry aspirations. So that was the one thing I was able to do in the my district.
That's great actually. I was also thinking of working in this space, but I haven't worked in that. Yes. So Anupriya.
Yeah, so everyone is talking about SHGs. I think we are mostly working with them. So I had a very different project. So we have an IHM here, Institute of Hotel Management, which is running a training program, some sort of training programs under the Hunar Se Rozgar Tak scheme. So it's like you learn something and then you generate employment out of it. So there was a like short-term training for anyone who wants to do that in like bakery or housekeeping or guest house servicing, these kind of
Mhm.
things. So as
the ODOP scheme, which says for the food products, bakery is ODOP for Kurukshetra. But in Haryana, ODOP scheme is not much being talked about or being worked upon. So I picked that up. Like before that, it was a potato, which was the ODOP. Then there came a revised list, which was bakery for us. So I asked them, the IHM people, could you introduce like some bakery products making into your course? So they said, yeah, sure, why not? So we customized a course of cooking, like some cooking items which were good to sell in market, plus some bakery products. So we did a like 6 days training for that. They were assessed by a external instructor also, and then the women candidates were certified based on that. So that group of SHGs which were trained, so out of like 25 women we trained, 17 or 18 were from a single village, which is Jyoti Sir. So Jyoti Sir is the like birthplace of Gita. It's a very lesser known place, but it's the actual original place which people come to visit as a pilgrimage site. So then I came to know about those women who came there, and that batch of candidates I've came through is the most promising batch of SHGs I've seen. So few years back, like for 5-6 years back, some NGO came into the village and they adopted, like they kind of adopted for a project or any like such development that village, Jyoti Sir. So then they trained these women into formation of groups, into making crafts, different sort of paintings, different sort of items, and so on. So like they literally uplifted those women, organized them into groups, formed clusters, gram sangatans, and then they made those women empowered to such a level. Like these women tell us कि हमने किसी ने अपने हस्बैंड को मनाया, किसी ने अपने मदर इन लॉ को मनाया घर से बाहर जाने के लिए, एंड देन धीरे धीरे करते करते अब ऐसा है कि हम लोग इकट्ठे होकर कहीं जाते हैं तो हम मतलब गांव में कोई मना नहीं करता है किसी ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम पे जाने के लिए, या हम ग्रुप्स बनाने भी जाते हैं. So that level of unity these women have, but unfortunately the like एक स्टेटस सर्वे होता है ना कि what's the progress of your project. So that foundation did a status survey and they found out that this village women have been uplifted to such a level that we should exit from that. So they exited, and then some of the things were left in between. Unko there was a Kala Kirti center in which they were trained. That was their own place. Like they say कि वो हमारी अपनी जगह हुआ करती थी where we could come, connect, and learn from each other. Now that is shut down, that is closed. They had a shop which is not running as it should. So when this training program held, and in IHM it held with a huge machinery and with a formalized infrastructure, formalized professors. So I could see that hope in their eyes ki ha, like we are into some good place, and they were so energetic at that time. So some of them from that village are planning to connecting with the schools, government school there, to get orders for some food caterings, etc. So they're working on that currently, and once they get free, like they get some orders, then they said they'll connect with IHM to get some support also. So yeah, that was my story.
Yeah. And telling about my district, so Maharashtra में कैसा है कि most of that administrative setup is well developed in skill development department. So when the skill development setup came in India, it was almost on parallel lines. There was the setup was there in Maharashtra. Matlab, they had made a switch to skill from employment department to skill department. They had made a switch in around 2015 वगैरह. So they had this entire administration पहले से ही लोग हैं, and then they were there for the skill development. So skill development activities also are very large. And in Maharashtra, what's there na ki there is one district skill development coordinator, same as MGNF, but on contract basis there is another person who is like us, outsider, but recruited by state skill development mission. So a lot of activities of skill development are also carried through DSDC. But now that the department is properly set, so most of the Maharashtra fellows, like more than 50%, are with the skill development, like 70-80%. Some people who have good access to collector office and baki SHGs related work, they are doing it, but they have to really stretch out themselves to do work in, let's say, SHG field mein, ya fir any other project of which is not exactly related to skill development. And here, what happened in Mumbai, every department is like so segregated, and our work was is limited to skill development department only. So initially I was like, कि what I'll add, like ये सब मशीनरी तो चल रहा है, तो मैं क्या ऐड करूँ यहाँ पे, एंड लाइक क्या काम करना पड़ेगा. तो आई टुक हेल्प ऑफ दोस केपीआईज की. एग्जैक्टली वो केपीआईज में भी सब पार्ट्स है कुछ कुछ की ट्रेनिंग, मतलब स्किल डेवलपमेंट का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बढ़ गया. तो हाउ आई एम गोइंग टू डिफाइन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. इंस्टीट्यूशनल कैपेसिटी है स्किल की, कि मतलब एवरी ईयर एक सर्टेन नंबर ऑफ ट्रेनिंग वेर पॉसिबल, लाइक 900 के अराउंड people were skilled through that various training partner and training centers. So I and the DSDC thought ki there are so many people in the district who can onboard through as training partner training center. And in Mumbai, it's like ki some people who are doing it properly, they will really do it properly. There are good, really good training centers ki the copybook examples ki jo ad में दिखाया जाता है वो actually होता है. अनलाइक इन मेनी प्लेसेस की जहाँ पे बस है कि स्किल हो रहा है, यहाँ पे देर आर ट्रेनिंग सेंटर्स की दे कैन गिव जॉब टू 60-70% ऑफ द पीपल प्रॉपरली. क्लोज टू 15,000 20,000 का जॉब्स दे कैन ऑफर, and they are really teaching from the day one to last day. Students are coming, they are giving good facilities to them also. So there are training centers of that type also. So what we try to do is keep more and more skill related orders, and all these people get empowered. And there are also so many organizations we identified through our, we have a very enthusiastic district planning officer. So he used to direct us ki talk to this organization, talk to this college, they may also come. So all the year we were like कि जो स्टार्टअप में वगैरह स्टार्टिंग में प्रोडक्ट बेचने जाते हैं लोग कि हाँ हमारा ये सेटअप है, तो वी आर लाइक दोज पीपल की हाँ हम स्किल डेवलपमेंट के डिपार्टमेंट से है, यहाँ पे सर ये अच्छा रहता है, ये एक स्कीम बता रहा हूँ मैं आपको कि आप यहाँ पे ट्रेनिंग सेंटर ट्रेनिंग पार्टनर बन जाओ, फिर आपका ये बहुत सही रहेगा, प्लस पैसे भी आते हैं, और आपका जो इनिशियल सेटअप है कि एनजीओ है, आप ऐसे भी आपको अच्छा काम करना है तो पैसे लेके अच्छा काम करो. तो ये वाली बातें हम लोग कर देते हैं. सो इट वाज गुड एक्सपीरियंस कि वी गॉट टू मीट सो मेनी पीपल. एंड मुंबई में लाइक आई सेड कि 900 पीपल आर गेटिंग ट्रेन्ड as per that official short term skill training के programs में. But if you look at private fee based players who are using this NSQF qualification framework, so कोटक महिंद्रा का एक कोटक बैंक का एक ट्रेनिंग सेंटर है, देन महिंद्रा एंड महिंद्रा का ट्रेनिंग सेंटर है, देन पार्ले एग्रो जो है वहां पे, ये पार्ले इज इन उनका जो मेन एग्जिस्टिंग वो सेटअप है यहीं पे है, तो उनका CSR ये ट्रेनिंग सेंटर है. सो ये इनका कैपेसिटी लाइक एवरी 1 or 2 months आई डिस्कवर दैट देयर इज वन बिग सेंटर वर्किंग देयर, बट ऑफिशियल्स को पता नहीं है, किसी को पता नहीं है. वी जस्ट एक्सीडेंटली हैपन टू डिस्कवर कि हाँ यहाँ पे ऐसा सेंटर होता है. सो द गुड थिंग इज कि मतलब like working across the year, then now I have come to 2 projects mainly. One is ki to compile information of all the skill development initiatives, because there are good training centers where a person can come 3-4 months ka course and job milega, proper job milega. And there even in gems and jewelry sector there are training centers, these people will pay you stipend वगैरह, and then 20-25,000 ka jobs, 100% placements are there. They are like they want people but they are not getting enough people. So I said कि यार, और plus मुंबई में कैसा है कि यहाँ पे इतना रिच है, लाइक आई एम स्टेइंग इन लाइक वेरी नाइस अप मार्केटेड प्लेस, मतलब मेरे बाजू में कुछ सेलिब्रिटीज के घर वगैरह ऐसे अपार्टमेंट्स में. दैट कर्ली टेल्स वाला पता है क्या, कर्ली टेल्स यूट्यूब चैनल. सो दैट लेडी स्टेज जस्ट अक्रॉस 2-3 बिल्डिंग्स पे यहाँ पे. एंड बट एट द सेम टाइम आजू बाजू में स्लम एरिया इज ऑल्सो देयर, मतलब थोड़ा बहुत. तो ऐसा है कि बहुत कॉन्ट्रडिक्शंस है. एंड देन 40% ऑफ मुंबई इज स्लम. सो काफी सारे लोग हैं कि जिनको जॉब चाहिए वगैरह, एंड एट द सेम टाइम देयर आर सो मेनी रिच पीपल एंड डाइवर्स, मतलब क्लियर सेग्रीगेशन है इनटू रिच मुंबई एंड पुअर मुंबई. सो माय टारगेट इज कि इवन इफ रिलेवेंट जगहों पे ये स्किल ट्रेनिंग सेंटर से ये इंफॉर्मेशन भी अगर पहुंच गई तो इट वुड बी अ ग्रेट डील. सो आई एम वर्किंग ऑन वन प्रोजेक्ट की सब इंफॉर्मेशन एक जगह पे आ जाए, एंड देन थ्रू वन QR कोड कौन सा ट्रेनिंग सेंटर कहाँ पे है, सो दैट इधर इन फॉर्म ऑफ बुकलेट और एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट का एक यूट्यूब चैनल हो, लाइक पंचायत बना है तो डिपार्टमेंट का यूट्यूब चैनल बना के basic information, like there is some common information we go everywhere and we tell about skill development department. So वैसा common information का एक जगह पे एक catalog बना के it would be available to students, and some that YouTube channel would also cater to ITI ecosystem, where it will have information about ki apprenticeship related program में what people should approach to, why they should not leave even if they are not feeling good at that apprenticeship place, and how to make best use of the apprenticeship program वगैरह. तो some things that regular communications वहां पे आ जाए, and that if it is made nicely can be used by departments over and over again. मतलब हर साल people can tell to कि यार go to this YouTube channel and see for yourself कि ऐसा है, general information है. So one project is that, एंड अनदर प्रोजेक्ट है कि डिस्ट्रिक्ट सम पेट्रोल पंप पे कैसा है कि लेडीज अटेंडेंस रहती है इन सिटीज, तो लेडीज आई वुड बी देयर. सो आवर कलेक्टर सेड कि यू नो विल हैव अक्रॉस द डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेडीज रहे, तो विल ब्रेक द स्टीरियोटाइप की लेडीज आर वर्किंग इन ओनली सर्टेन फील्ड्स एंड ऑल. तो और मुंबई मेट्रोपॉलिटन सिटी में ये है कि एक तो बहुत गरीबी भी है, लेकिन वहां पे भी भर भर के एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप है. मतलब अगर यहाँ पे एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप SHGs बढ़ा रहे हैं तो हर एक स्टेप पे देयर आर सो मेनी एंटरप्रेन्योर्स, सो मच ऑफ बिजनेस एक्टिविटीज गोइंग ऑन. यू विल नेवर फिगर आउट कि वेयर टू फोकस, कि मतलब हम एडिशन करें तो क्या करें. अभी हमारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट का ODOP इज जेम्स एंड ज्वेलरी, बट जेम्स एंड ज्वेलरी में देयर आर ऑलमोस्ट लाइक 20 to 30 डिफरेंट प्रोडक्ट कैटेगरीज, एंड उसका एक का वॉल्यूम इटसेल्फ विल सरपास GDP ऑफ सो मेनी डिस्ट्रिक्ट. मतलब 20,000 करोड़ समथिंग लाइक का एक्सपोर्ट्स है मुंबई से जेम्स एंड ज्वेलरी का, डायमंड का. सो वी वेंट देयर एंड इट वाज अ हाई प्रोफाइल जोन, एंड लाइक point I want to say कि there are different challenges in finding problems in district, like regular SHGs का भी है तो scattered, that BMC is looking and BMC is another, district administration का उतना value नहीं है यहाँ पे. So there are multiple challenges, but पॉजिटिव पॉइंट ये आता है कि लाइक आई गेट टू डील विद सीनियर पीपल, सीनियर ब्यूरोक्रेट्स यहाँ पे, एंड देन उसमें भी कैसा है कि ओवरऑल अंडरस्टैंडिंग जो है डिपार्टमेंट के रिलेटेड एंड ऑल, तो आई हैव कम टू गुड अंडरस्टैंडिंग, एंड लाइक आई डाइवर्स्ड थोड़ा सा आई भटक गया यहाँ से. तो द पॉइंट अबाउट प्रोजेक्ट आई वाज टेलिंग कि दैट गैस स्टेशन अटेंडेंट्स फॉर पेट्रोल पंप्स. So वहां पे our collector saw and she gave a contact. Then my role was that कि I was able to convince that lady कि private sector she's also a startup founder. उन्होंने logistics sector में only women focused एक enterprise बनाया था कि जो delivery agents हैं वो सिर्फ ladies रहे. End to end all the delivery chain is done by ladies. So she was a मतलब accomplished person sort of. So I convinced her to come to meet collector, and then this project kicked off. And for just 6 lakh rupees, we'll be training 100 women, and we have linkage with this HPCL and BPCL petrol pumps. Ki anyone who is trained there will get a job, provided that they want a job there. So and just 15 days ka training. It is outside of qualification packs, not this 2-3 months ka training, but a very short 7 days module designed by those people. And there is a good placement linkage. The purpose was कि you got to give people jobs, because यहाँ पे jobs वगैरह काफी सारा है. The connect between that skill वाला part is not there, because अभी पेट्रोल पंप का भी if I was not doing that project, still people were getting, some people were going on the petrol pump and doing that job. So that my mentor asked कि what is your contribution, कि मतलब how you are adding to job creation and all. So then I thought ki, sir, we are targeting to low income groups. Basically, there would be attrition, there would be different things, and we are targeting two things. Ki वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट भी हो रहा है यहाँ पे कि वी आर गिविंग सर्टन काइंड्स ऑफ जॉब्स कि वी आर ब्रेकिंग द स्टीरियोटाइप्स। एंड दूसरा ये है कि वुमेन यहाँ पे आएंगे तो लोअर इनकम कैटेगरी के जो ग्रुप्स के वुमेन है स्लम एरियाज के, तो उनको एटलीस्ट एक अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलता है कि जस्ट अ वे आउट यहाँ पे। तो जो इन्फॉर्मेशन गैप है कि ऑलरेडी जॉब्स भी है ये है, बट उनको पता नहीं है काफी लोगों को। सो वो जो ब्रिज है, we I tried to be that I means that the project tried to be that bridge. So and it was decent success in the sense कि अभी 2 batches हो गए उसके 25 people, and we'll verify the placements कि कैसा have they really given the jobs and all. So that's the work, and my role was what happened ना कि this money was supposed to be coming from different part कि अगर वो स्किल डेवलपमेंट के पैसे से आता है तो वी हैव टू गिव टेक्निकल सैंक्शन ये, एंड देन 2 हफ्ते का कोर्स कैसे चला सकते हो कि हमारे यहाँ पे 3 महीने का रहता है, सो वी कैन नॉट स्पेंड मनी लाइक दैट। सो आई हैड टू डू ऑल दिस रिटर्न पार्ट्स का जगलरी, सम अदर स्कीम है वहाँ का ये, देन डिफरेंट ऑफिसेज दे आर फाइटिंग विद ईच अदर लेटर कि हमारा जुरिस्डिक्शन नहीं है, देन दिस गाइस शुड गिव द टेक्निकल सैंक्शन ये वो। सो वो लेटर बाजी भी काफी करना पड़ा, एंड आई गॉट एक्सपीरियंस मतलब कि डिप्लोमेटिकली कन्विंसिंग पीपल फ्रॉम 2 different डिपार्टमेंट्स। स्टेट लेवल का भी, स्टेट लेवल का ऑफिस इज सेइंग समथिंग, एंड देन दे आर आस्किंग ये एसडीजीज पे तुमने ये प्रोजेक्ट बनाया है तो व्हाट इज दिस एसडीजीज, senior officials are asking. So so it was good experience in that कि communication वगैरह ये part I got to know। and यहाँ पे कैसा है, politically it's a sensitive district, मतलब the minister of skill development is our guardian minister. There is a concept called guardian minister, so he's from the same district, and he saw that this project is there and this because of Mumbai elections and all. So there was kind of more focus on these projects. Minister himself came to inaugurate the project. So it seems from outside that it's a big achievement and all, but fine. मतलब I was like I'm mildly satisfied, decently satisfied with this कि हाँ ये हो गया अभी, कुछ लोगों को जॉब मिल रहा है, and that things have started there. I can mention something कि कुछ worthwhile हुआ ऐसा। So I guess I'll see how much time we have spent. Where is it visible? Has anybody kept track ki how much time we have spent? Okay, I think we'll.
I think we started around 8:50 or maybe 9.
Okay, then it's almost 1 hour.